27 November 2024, Prusa introduced his new sub-brand Buddy3D. In addition to lots of elements, they also introduced the Buddy3D Camera, which we will take a look at right now. Before we start, I would like to say a few words. I bought the camera from Buddy3D, aka Prusa 3D, with my own money. Nobody has any influence on the content of the video and nobody pays me for it. If you want to support my work, you can do so by subscribing here on YouTube, on my social media, and by sharing my videos. Let's take a look at the contents of the package. The first thing I have here is a USB cable that is used to power the camera. A 5-volt power supply with a minimum current of 1 ampere is not included. Next, there is a very small and very simple manual in a total of 8 languages, which can also be found on the Prusa3D.com website. According to the manual, it can be seen that 8 simple steps are enough to connect the camera to Prusa Connect. This is the only platform with which the camera is able to communicate. And the last one is the camera. At first touch, the camera looks like a very cheap Chinese Wi-Fi camera. Which it is, in fact, a cheap Chinese Wi-Fi camera. On the bottom of the camera you can find a rotating clock which can be used to mount the camera on a wall, for example. Underneath the lock you can see that the model ID of the camera is Niceboy ION Guardian PR1. Niceboy is a Czech brand, but they have their products manufactured in China. Even so, it has earned the trust of Prusa himself. Why? That's a very good question. At first glance, the camera is nothing special. It sends images in Full HD resolution every 10 seconds to Prusa Connect via Wi-Fi running at 2.4 GHz. It does have a microSD card slot, but nowhere did I find information about the maximum capacity of the card or what this card would be good for. The camera has infrared lights for night vision. This allows you to keep an eye on the printer even in complete darkness, which will be used, for example, by print farms with round-the-clock operation. The camera is designed to operate at temperatures up to 65 degrees Celsius, so it can be safely placed directly in the printer enclosure. The camera position can be manually adjusted within a range of 180 degrees horizontally and 45 degrees vertically. Remote positioning using integrated motors will be available in the future firmware updates along with the live streaming feature, according to the company. The camera's firmware is updated automatically via Wi-Fi, so you will always have the latest features as soon as Prusa releases them to the world. The firmware is probably the most interesting thing about this camera. In fact, the camera's firmware was developed under the strict supervision of the Prusa research team. The camera is compatible only with Prusa Connect, so maximum security of data communication is ensured. To pair the camera with the printer, just open Prusa Connect and go to the Camera tab after selecting the printer. Here you need to click on Add Wi-Fi Camera and fill in the fields with the access credentials to the Wi-Fi network to which the camera will connect. After filling in the details, click on the button to generate a QR code. Connect the camera to the power supply using the USB cable, press this button for 1 second and point the camera to the QR code.
Start scanning.
The camera will beep to announce the successful reading of the QR code data. Then just wait until the camera image is displayed in the Prusa Connect interface. If the camera has trouble reading the QR code, try turning off Prusa Connect's dark mode or try enlarging the QR code. With the current version of the camera firmware, a new image will always show up after 10 seconds have passed since the last image. And that's basically all the setup you need to do. So far, this camera can do more. You can connect it to the Prusa Connect interface and possibly look at it via the mobile app. The camera displays a very clear and sufficiently high-quality image both during the day and in the complete darkness. It is high enough to see everything that is happening on the print bed. Unfortunately, that's where it ends. Considering the price, this is again a product that far exceeds its skills with its price. As with previous products from Prusa, there are plenty of claims and promises about what the camera should be capable of in the future. So it's up to you whether you want to get the camera now or whether you wait until the camera is actually capable of offering something more.